Christian faith is like a race, and there's a huge prize awaiting those who finish the race. Today, we are going to reflect upon this. Lasting the distance in the Christian faith is about a lot more than just saying a nice, sincere prayer. We are going to need to embrace certain habits that keep us on track and connected to God. The Apostle Paul, an early preacher of the Christian faith, said, "Run in such a way as to win the prize." Every athlete in training submits to strict discipline to receive a prize. Paul went on to say that he ran straight for the finishing line. He also said that we should be like a boxer who does not waste his punches. In these verses, Paul is saying that it is important to consider from the outset what we are committing to. If life is like a race with a prize at the end of it, then every step in life needs to be considered with that end goal in mind. Are we going in the right direction so as to get to where the finish line is? Are we going at the right pace so as to make our best time and yet not to run so fast that we burn out before we get there? A runner doesn't listen to the distractions of those on the sideline, nor does he turn off onto side roads that will take him in entirely the wrong direction. You see, our futures are determined by our daily choices. Who and where we are tomorrow is the result of what we choose today. The great news is that God is with us every step of that journey to help us succeed, but it's still, every day, our choice. For me, I couldn't see the point of being half-hearted about my Christian journey, and so I made God the boss of my life early on. Along that journey, I've known the security of His care, His love, and His provision. But I've also gone through many tough situations and have seen other followers of Jesus go through the same. Life isn't all rosy just because you're a follower of Jesus. You don't always get what you want. Sickness and hardship do come our way. People may treat us unfairly. Sometimes I would struggle. I would resist what I knew God wanted. But with time, I've learned that obedience is best, because I've seen, both in my own life and in other people's lives, the effect that our daily choices have on our lives. And God's ways really do work out for the best, for us, as well as for our families and those around us. So how do we stay on God's path? How do we stop from becoming distracted or making bad decisions that may have long-term implications? What I've observed is that people last the distance primarily because of their habits. As you've heard about in these videos, there are key habits that Christians adopt because these are keys to enabling us to have an authentic relationship with God. The habits are mostly about keeping communication lines open. We read our Bibles so we can learn about and hear from God. We talk with God through prayer and we listen to Him. We engage and share with Christian friends at church so we have friends to help us last the distance. And we choose to lay down our lives to love and serve others because this is what God has done for us and what He calls us to do for others. Those who are consistent in these kinds of habits tend to find the strength from God to go on and do great things with their lives, and they tend to end their lives well. In summary, there are many hindrances that can stop us finishing the race. Jesus talked about the worries of this life, the deceitfulness of wealth, and the desires for those things that come in. We by nature want the easiest and quickest path, but these paths often turn out the costliest. It is so easy to start out strong and then to get distracted and slowly reduce the intensity of our commitment. And this is why it is so important that we embrace habits that keep us communicating with God. Run in such a way as to win the prize, said Paul. The habits mentioned in these 10 lessons are achievable. The core Christian message, as via the link at the top of this website, is what this is all about. The God who created this universe wants a personal relationship with you. He loves you. In Jesus, He has died to cover your wrongs, and He is calling you to follow Him with your life. There are some discussion questions below. Then I'll tell you a story from my life of where I nearly lost it.